Alright guys, so we've been talking about adjectives yesterday. That's a new part of speech for us. We've covered nouns and verbs and even like contractions and stuff, and I just want you to know that these are all tools that are going to help you become a wonderful writer. So as you continue through school, you're going to be asked to write paragraphs and write stories, and sometimes when you're way older, you have to write like these big, thick research papers. And all of these tools that we're using to build just a small sentence or just a small paragraph right now are going to help you. So adjectives are important. They're really important to me because I'm a visual person. So if you're explaining to me, for example, about a puppy, let's say, for example, remember in class when Victoria came into class and she was telling us that she got a puppy. And so I wasn't satisfied. She was excited, and I was excited that she was excited, and I began to ask questions. Well, what kind of puppy is it? And if you guys remember that day, she wasn't really sure what kind of puppy it was, and she did tell me that it had a black nose, and that it had a little, if I remember correctly, it had like one colored side, one ear, and that it was small. And so all of these descriptive words were adjectives when we had that conversation. And then I think it was like, that was maybe on a Monday after the weekend, and then it was on a Friday that in our student drop-off line, that her mom actually brought the dog with her to drop her off for class, and I was able to see the dog. And wouldn't you know, because of her description, I pretty much already knew and had an idea of what kind of dog it would look like. So without adjectives, we wouldn't really know. And because I'm a visual person, I like to see stuff. When you tell me something like, oh, Miss Kayla, over this spring break, I got a new bike, and it's blue, and it's shiny, and it has chrome wheels, and it has this super awesome like horn thing on the top, and I have like a toolbox on the front to carry all my awesome toys. I can see that in my mind, and that's why adjectives are important. Because when you're writing, or even when you guys are texting, and you just say, hey guys, got a bike. Or did you get like a granny bike? Did you get like a little tiny bike with training wheels, and it's like this big? And now I'm picturing you like this, riding your little bike with your big long legs, because I know you guys have grown a foot over spring break. I haven't seen you, and I feel like when I see you guys, you're going to be taller than me. How do I know what kind of bike you got? So adjectives, that's how I'm going to find out. So if you can't actually show me, you can tell me, and that's what adjectives do, because bike, for example, or dog, or even cupcake, those are nouns. And sometimes when we just say, hey, I got a puppy, okay, that's it, you got a puppy. Well, you're not going to tell me what kind of puppy it is. Is it hyper? Is it calm? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? Is it brown? Is it white? Is it tan? Is it purple? I don't know. What kind of dog is it? Does your bike have 4 wheels? Does your bike have 2 wheels? Does your bike have an extra seat that you can put your baby brother on the back? Does it have a basket that you put your purple puppy on? Well, when we use adjectives, we can describe all of that. So whoever is reading your text or reading your writing, and like I said, when we are going through the rest, finishing out 2nd grade and into 3rd grade, and even more in 4th and 5th, and when you get to high school, you're going to be required to write these, they call them essays, or maybe like it might go from 1 paragraph in 2nd grade, you might be required to write 2 or 3 in 3rd grade, and you're not just going to fill up a paper. When they say, I want you to fill up the front and back of the paper, you're not just going to fill it up with sentences like, I got a bike. It was fun. No, you're going to fill it up with, I had a wonderful day. What kind of day did you have? Wonderful day. I got a mountain bike. Right then and there, I know if it's a mountain bike, I can see in my mind that it has tires that have like grip. So the rough looking tires. If you'd have told me you got a beach cruiser bike, I would imagine smooth, round, just perfectly smooth tires, okay? But then if you tell me that it's blue, then I'm like, oh, is it light blue like this, dark blue? And it's like, oh yeah, it's dark blue, and it has chrome writing across the front that says cool dude, and it has big chrome tires. I can see that, and so it will bring your sentences and your writing, your poetry, whatever it is, even just a text to a friend or a family member, it will bring that to life when you start adding in adjectives. So today I want you to write, we're going to do 2 good sentences, okay? Just 2 good sentences. So we're not going to do a whole paragraph today, but I want you to use an adjective-filled sentence, okay? So I want you to tell me something over this spring break. We don't really have anything to call it, this extended spring break, this distance learning time. Something that you have gotten or done, something. So if you and your family had to get some headphones so that you could connect and actually listen to the videos when you have like a busy house, or if you had to go out and get a computer, or if you got a new bike, if you got a new puppy, if you got takeout from Burger King and it was so good because your mom has been cooking and your mom has been cooking and cooking and cooking and it was so good and you're really thankful that your mom has been cooking, but you are just dying for a double cheeseburger and some onion rings. And so you got a Happy Meal or kids meal, whatever they call it at Burger King, and you were like, man, I just really wanted some fast food or some pizza. We had home cooked meals every night, which was wonderful, but man, I just wanted some greasy pizza. And the cheese was stretchy and melty and it had pepperonis on it and they were so good and the crust was just crisp and buttery. I want you to write 2 sentences explaining something that you have gotten, received, or done just about your, we're calling it an extended spring break here. So from the time that I last saw you until now, something has happened to you. You've received something, you've eaten something that was yummy, 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 or really gross. It could have been something that was really gross, but don't tell your mom if it was okay. Be nice. Some of the things that Miss Kayla has cooked has not been a super big hit, and Brantley and Jace will tell you that for sure. But if it was gross, let's just pretend like it was yummy, or try to be careful with your parents' feelings. It's a delicate time, okay? So there is something that you've either gotten, done, saw. If you saw a movie and it had so much action and there was flying or whatever, I want you to write me 2 sentences over something about spring break that you can add nouns to, and I want you to add adjectives. If you're talking about pizza, I want you to tell me about how cheesy and it was piping hot and the sauce was thick and oh, my mouth is watering and it is way too late for me to be eating pizza, but a really good piece of pizza sounds so good right now. So see, right there, that was proof. When you use adjectives, it comes alive and I can smell and like almost taste the pizza as I'm describing it. So I want you to give me 2 very descriptive sentences, okay? They could be about 2 different things or they could be about the same thing, but I want you to beef up those sentences with adjectives, as many adjectives as you can fit that it still makes sense. And remember our comma rule. Our comma llama says where there are 2 or more items in a sequence, we do comma, comma, and, or comma, 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 and if it's cheesy and greasy and hot and buttery and crispy, comma, 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 and, okay? So don't forget your punctuation, and go ahead, and I want to see, and when I read your sentences, I'm going to have you go ahead and send that in to me for our first online turn-in assignment for this week. And when I read your sentences, I want to be able to see and taste or smell, or maybe not taste if it's not something edible. I want to be able to visualize whatever it is that you're talking about. I want you to be so descriptive that it would be almost like it was right here. If it was pizza, or if it was a puppy, or if it's a mountain bike, I want to just be able to close my eyes and imagine that it's right here beside me, okay? So I know you guys can do this. I want you to turn those minds on, the creative part of your mind, and get that flowing and think of the most adjectives you can put in 2 sentences and describe something really awesome so that almost like I'm with you. And that would be great because I miss you a lot. So keep scrolling for our next assignment, and we're gonna have a little information check-in at the bottom, at the very, very bottom of this. So just keep on scrolling, keep on working, keep on matching those page numbers to what I'm saying and also to what our lesson says, and we're gonna keep on rolling. See you guys in our next video.